This is Koryo Gumdo. It's a sword-based martial art from Korea, and it uses the long sword, very similar to the Japanese art of Kendo. When starting Koryo Gumdo, no experience is needed. The expectation is every student begins with no experience in the martial art at all. It may help to come into the program having a background in another martial art, such as Taekwondo or Karate, but even that's not necessary whatsoever. When I started about 8 years ago, I had zero experience whatsoever in any martial art. As you level up through the different belts, white, yellow, orange, and so on, until black belt, you gain experience, you learn the forms, you learn self-defenses, and master the art slowly, piece by piece.
Some martial arts can be exhausting, really a strong workout. The difference between doing the sword art form and doing just a martial art with your empty hands, the sword isn't heavy, but after you swing it over your head several times and around when you're moving with it, I get a very good upper body workout. As opposed, there's a little bit of jumping around, but not as much as maybe in Taekwondo where you jump and kick several hundred times in one class.
So this is the sword all students begin with. It's called a mokum. It's a wooden training sword. They use this also in Kendo, the Japanese martial art. And in Kendo, it was called a bokken. In Koryo Gumdo, this is a mokum. But it's a wooden training sword that students use, and it simulates training with a live blade, but without any danger of anybody getting cut. For the first month, I don't require students to have any equipment they can borrow from me. If they wish to continue training past the first month, they need to purchase the mokum and kagum, the mokum at a very minimum, but the mokum and kagum so they can train at home. I would say definitely come try it out. If you don't like it, there's no need to continue. If you do enjoy it, then give it a few more months. If a student does come and feel really awkward and feel like it's not for them, I'd still encourage them to give it a try for a little bit longer, because I was very awkward when I started. After training for a while, all of a sudden my wife looked at me one day and said, "Wow, it looked very awkward and uncomfortable and unnatural when I started," versus eventually it was more like the sword became an extension of my arm.